question most asked of me is, how did I settle in Harpers Ferry? Especially with my New England accent, which is usually a giveaway to everyone, they're curious. When I was a student architect with the Historic American Building Survey, National Park Service, I recorded farmhouses on the Gettysburg battlefield. We were invited to come to Harpers Ferry. Dixie Killam was a wonderful host. He had people working at the hotel who were involved with entertainment business. Dixie was a lawyer, but also a great showman. That was a plus. The food was good, and the view was spectacular. And I always wondered, would this be a place I'd like to live, although never thinking I would, and saw the first glimpse of what was going to be a phoenix of Harpers Ferry. And I watched the concrete being poured in the columns and other architectural aspects of Ulrich Franzen's building. And that center was designing for all the visitor centers in the national park system. Brochures, historic interiors, films and slide programs at the time, writers, designers, and historians. One of the first jobs as an assignment from the Design Center here in Harpers Ferry was to go to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and work on El Morro and San Cristobal, the two fortresses. San Cristobal is the main fortress all around the city of San Juan, and El Morro is the one that sticks out into the harbor. If you're on a cruise, it's the first Spanish fort you see. And I was to work with the park staff. Dr. Albert Manucy had done the museum 15 years before I arrived and had done the label copy, both the Spanish and the English, and had done wonderful exhibits, because in those days it was a kind of a one-man show. The Park Service in the regions hired someone that could do illustrations, that could write, and could do multi-functions. And Albert Manucy was one of those rare people who could do a wonderful diorama and just, you know, made the Park Service what it is today with its reputation of good illustrations, wonderful dioramas, that sort of thing. Well, I just, of course, became very excited about Spanish history, number one, Spanish in the New World. I saw some of Dr. Manucy's publications, San Marcos and some of the main fortress of Spanish built in St. Augustine, and also ones he had done publications on El Morro and San Cristobal. And he just happened to tell me he had a daughter who was an artist, was teaching art in schools out in Des Moines, Iowa. I said, well, that's interesting. Evalina, Mary Evalina, became her dad's chauffeur for a year or two. Would take him around to some of the national parks. And lo and behold, they came to Harpers Ferry. Now, Dr. Manucy had shown Evalina a picture of me in Spanish armor, and she didn't know about that, and she told her parents, well, thank you very much, but